The blood that called the wolves. The night air reeked of stale beer and cigarette smoke as laughter spilled from the crooked doors of the Crowest Hollow Tavern. Lanterns flickered in the mist, casting long shadows that danced across the ancient cobblestone. A lone man stumbled from the tavern, drunk and humming off, his footsteps weaving a crooked path through the darkened alley. He had no idea he was already chosen. Above him, crouched on the decaying rooftop, a figure watched with glowing crimson eyes. A loyal enforcer of the Daggerborn clan. A predator who didn't feed out of hunger but out of ritual. He didn't pounce. He followed, silently. A rush of cold wind. The man froze as the man turned into the alley's deepest curve. Far from the lights, the fog thickened, and time itself seemed to hesitate. A whisper of leather. Before the victim could scream, Drether leaned in, his fangs glinting under the moonlight. Too late, Drether's hand slammed him against the brick wall with unnatural strength, the bottle shattering against the ground. Heading home toward the fortress where the Daggerborn kept their iron relics and bone blade codes. The path was familiar, but the air was wrong. Your blood, he hissed, voice cold and hollow. We'll remember this fear. Then the bite, a sharp gasp, the drain, the shiver, the silence. The alley claimed another soul, and Drether vanished into the shadows, blood still warm on his lips. He crossed the bridge into the Pine forest. The howls came before the scent, dozens of them below, echoing through the trees. A raven circled once, then dropped a blood-soaked relic onto the water. He stopped. From the underbrush and moonlit fog emerged the glowing eyes of the bloodhound, pack-feel werewolves who had sworn vengeance against his clan. Centuries ago, he turned to run, but a massive shadow lunged first, claws raking across his side. Blood sprayed the snow-covered forest floor as Drether fought like the devil he was, his dagger flashing with bloodline, but it was no use. He was alone, dragged down, torn apart, devoured by wolves under a cursed moon. The next evening, back in the Daggerborn stronghold, carved from black stone in Ashtrether's dagger, the warlords gathered in silence. No words were spoken, none were needed. Cassian the Blade, the mute and ancient leader of the clan, rose from his throne of rusted steel, his eyes locked onto the blade. Vengeance had been demanded, and the Daggerborn never ignored blood calls. They would answer the Bloodhowl Pact, not with diplomacy, but with fire, with steel, and with the screams of every wolf foolish enough to stand where Drether fell.